Hi, welcome back. Today I needed to do some deck interviews, and I can't remember. I've had this particular deck here for I'd say 4 or 5 years, and I don't know that I did a deck interview with it when I first started, so I just thought I'd do another one, just kind of a reintroduction. And so yeah, we'll just jump right in. So the first question that I ask, when I do a deck interview is, what is the energy of the deck? Like, what card represents this deck? Okay. Some of Cups. And then the second question that I usually will ask is, what is my energy like? Or what card would represent me? Okay, and the third question I typically like to use is, how can we best work together? I'm actually going to scooch this over just a little bit. So, how can we best work together? And then, what kind of reading are you best suited for? There it is. And the last question is, what kind of relationship can I expect to have with you? Whoop. There it is. Okay. Alright, so I got to write these down so that I don't forget. Okay. So this deck, the energy of this deck is, I would consider this expansive, lots of choices. My energy is, the word that I like to use when I see that Five of Pentacles is destitute. Let me see if I can find it in here. Yeah, usually the Five of Pentacles is financial hardships and negative. It generally has like a negative connotation, and this particular one, I'm really not sure, because like I'm not really feeling that way. I've been doing pretty good here recently, so it makes me wonder if this is just maybe where I was at to begin with, or is it something coming? hoping it's the former. But then we have this Page of Pentacles over here. And that was the answer to the question, how can we best work together? And I feel like that one is going to be through study. Through, consistent practice and study. I'm really just sitting here pondering on this Five of Pentacles, because like I really do feel like that when I first, like I said, this was my first tarot deck, and I really feel like I was sitting in a lot of this energy when I first got this deck and I first started my practice. And so I have a feeling that that's what this is reflecting. Let's see, you like that. It's already gone. Okay, expansive. That's what I was saying. Like, I have, like, sometimes I truly have, like, the memory of, like, a goldfish. Like, I'll say something, and then, like, 30 seconds later, it's gone, and I'm like, what was I just talking about? Avenues or choices. Expansive. Okay. And then that Ten of Wands. What kind of reading are you best suited for that Ten of Wands? That Ten of Wands would be more along the lines of when I'm having a lot of difficulties or being like overwhelmed or overrun. And then the relationship that we will have together is this Page of Swords here. And I feel like this one is going to lean more towards like a clear communicator. Like this deck won't, it's not going to pull punches. It's not going to try to sugarcoat anything. It's going to be very straightforward and direct in what it's trying to say to me. So I think that's going to be it for now. I'm going to be slowly adding these into my tarot deck book log that I have. I keep track of all the ones that I have. The like identifier, or like the energy card, and then any like my favorite cards from the deck and whether I've studied with it or not. And so I'll add that in here, and then yeah, I think that's all that goes in this one. So it's kind of funny because I started out with this one as like a daily pull, and like I was just like keeping track of the decks that I have, and you can see how many I started with like at the beginning of this year, or maybe it was like right here, and I have just added a ton of decks this year, but I keep track of each month. I pull a card today, or I try to pull a card today. I'm usually not that successful, or like I get days where I'm just like a little bit burnt out and I've got too much going on to do it, but usually it's like over half the month I will be able to actually pull a card, which is nice. These were all the runes from the Runic Tarot, because it's what I started out with when I made this book. And then I have it like written out in the weeks, and you can tell like I haven't backlogged this information. I started, I made it, and then I forgot to go back in and add it. And then I have like my own little notes for each individual card, and all my tabbed ones are the ones that I haven't done yet. And then I get back here, because my plan was to work with one deck solely for like all of this, and so these notes were meant to be like individual, or not individual, but specific to that deck. But then it ended up being more of like a practice for me in actually writing out the meanings for each of the cards. And that has actually really helped me digest more of the tarot than I probably have in like the last 3 years. And so like I had all of this planned to work specifically with the runic tarot that I have, and then I would start with a new deck for November and December. And I haven't really done that. I've actually I've just wrote out what decks I have used for the card pulls that I've done. Most days, not every day. And that's where I've just kind of been at. And then at the very end of the year, I'm actually like condensing all of this information into when I started doing my mostly daily card pulls, so that I can look back on that. And if you can't tell, there was a ton of wands in this year. You probably actually can't see this side over here. Let me flip back through that again. But yeah, I didn't really start until the end. I didn't start a daily, like I would pull a daily card, but I wouldn't write it down and keep track of it. And so I started that the end of February this year. And I've just been kind of trying to keep that up. Since then, and I've done pretty good. There were like a couple months where it just didn't happen. But what I want to do is figure out like what my most pulled suit was. And then I also want to figure out what my most pulled card was. And just little tidbits of information here. And then I'll probably end up starting the cycle again. Hopefully, fingers crossed, like all fingers and 10 toes here. Hopefully around sometime in December, my tarot volatile will come in. And I think my husband said it's probably going to be like right around Christmas when it's supposed to come in, because it's been delayed twice already. But I am hoping that I can start out the new year with that and start filling up the rest of this notebook in here specifically with that deck. And then I have a secondary one here that I use for like any other readings that I do. I've got like therapy, like this is like it's almost like I don't really know if this is the correct terminology or not, but it's like a commonplace almost, because I put like whatever I want in here, and I just kind of have like specific sections. So like I have like therapy notes in here. I have more of like my affirmation type stuff in here in this little section, and then I skip back even further and I've got any other tarot readings that I do in here, tarot and oracle readings. So like this whole back section is like tarot and oracle readings that I've done and I've been keeping track of. And so like all of my deck interviews and other spreads that I do, they go in here. And I think I'm gonna probably, like once I finish this notebook, I'm gonna get another one of these and have it be just all of my like specifically just all of my tarot readings. And so I'm excited for when I do finish all this up. But I think that's going to be it for today. I will try to list out those questions that I use in the bottom, so anybody who wants to can use this little spread for their own practice. So, yeah. All right. Thanks. Have a good day.